Right, okay.
Yes.
Whoa, big smile of the day.
Well,
That's
no doubt.
brilliant, eh? Tremendous stuff. You must be delighted.
Over the moon. We spoke on Thursday with the guys about we've been starting games this year, calendar year I might add.
Yeah.
And we've not been good enough, simple as that. We've been making changes at half time, changing shape. So we had a good chat on Thursday with them, and I thought the response was outstanding. First half's as good as we've been since probably Falkirk down there, where we 1-0 up at half time, but it was great, really good.
I mean, obviously, every other game round about here was off. I mean, there we go. Mr. Sure there is like Sean Batty of Montrose. I was getting a weather forecast every 10 minutes. Repeat. So, you know, it was unusual that we got there, but brilliant. I mean, the weather actually wasn't that bad.
I think it would probably be better in the first half. We did second half playing into the wind in the first half. Thought some of the stuff was just ridiculously good. In second half, I guess we toughed it out a little bit. It wasn't great at times, but a bit scrappy. But we defended well.
We did.
We defended well.
There was obviously the one moment which the ball got caught up in the wind as far as Flem's concerned. But what's your viewing on it? Because that's what I heard.
You really want my viewing on the goalie?
Well, it depends how clear he's going to be.
No, I thought he was really, really good today. He did make a mistake. Flem will know that, but he had two fantastic saves before it. And second half, he came for 2 or 3. A couple of great punches, got clattered a couple of times. So fair play to him. I thought he stood up well, and it was part of a magnificent team performance.
Yeah, I think there was a rippling of applause for him. Oh, absolutely. There is one thing that needs to be kind of cleared up a wee bit though, because the BBC have given him that as an OG, so he must be the only person ever that's been in goals, scored an OG and become man of the match at the same time. However, I called it as Sean firing that into the back of the net. So Sean, now you're here, what's your viewing on it?
Don't trust the BBC.
Yeah, funny that. That's not the story I got earlier on.
I thought Sean sliced in the net as well.
Yeah, that's why.
Unless he's passing.
Most of his defended the entire game. Well, after the disappointment, I suppose, of last week, it was important to get back onto it, and it shows again that the result with Cove, they're still there to be caught. You know, we've still got enough games.
I think the Cove game, as I said, and to take responsibility for that, we changed the shape for the first half, and it didn't work, and that's my fault for changing the shape. So we went back to our more traditional 4-3-3 that we played, and we went with that today just to take any confusion or anything out of the guys' minds. So we were basically tuned into what we had to do. Everybody knew their job, which were to treat for us, and I thought there was some unbelievable individual performances today. So accept responsibility. 2 weeks ago I think it was now. We gave the guys a weekend off, get freshened up. They trained really well Tuesday, trained well Thursday, and we felt confident today going into the game, and the guys delivered, which is fantastic for a management team to have that.
I mean, because I normally with these guys, they score in the last minute or something to get a draw or win the game. But at no point did I have that sickening feeling in my stomach. I thought that our performance in the second half was so controlled. It was
it was the same. I was just saying that to Ross. I was never panicking at all in the second half.
I could see that on your face.
No, the guys defended fantastic. There's no doubt about that. And I think Flem was reduced to just a few crosses. I can't remember having a big save of note in the second half. And we created a few chances ourselves. Cam made a couple of shots, and then we had other bits and pieces. So overall, as I say, that's more like the Montrose. That's what we're saying after the game. That's us down to T, the way we play with aggression and pace and speed in the game, and it was just really, really good, really enjoyable. It's the first time we went in to the manager's office and no argued at half time with the coaching staff, so that's a first as well. So we didn't have to change anything. But no, it was good. It was really good.
I mean, I'm going to mention Kev here because he made a point at the end of the game, which was, you know what? You come along here and you see that, and you think, oh, that's Falkirk, it's Sally full time, and you just have to say, we're just good.
Well,
we're just a good team. We are. We're just a good team.
We spoke about that before the game as well, and we know how good Falkirk are and how good players they've got, but ultimately we're 11 points clear going into the game, so we try to make sure that the boys believe in themselves, because sometimes, believe it or not, they don't believe how good they can be, and it's trying to get that across to them. And we just hammered that home. Ross himself before that game just believe in yourself and go and enjoy it and pass the ball and be brave. And they did that. His first half was as I say, it's as good as we've probably been all season. First half to lose, I guess when you play 30 minutes like we did, where we're on top of the game, and you lose a goal the way we lose the goal, but the comeback for the next 50 minutes to go and get in front is outstanding.
It was tremendous. And of course, next week home again, Dumbarton this time, and their result today shows that they're no mugs.
I think there's no mugs in the league. I think obviously East Fife are struggling a little bit at the moment, but I went down and watched Clyde during the week and dug a result out against Airdrie, and they go and beat Alloa today. Dumbarton get a result today, so there's no easy games. We know what we need to do next week. We need to turn up and play in the first half. Similar today, we'll be at it. We'll be at the boys all week in training. We need that again going into the game, because you want to go on the front foot, especially at home, especially here. We want to start winning games here regular, and that's a platform we've now given ourselves for the season.
I mean, we certainly, as far as I'm concerned, that really cemented our top four for me. I'm going to be honest. I think I know you'll say no. I know you'll just say, but I thought it was really important to get that bigger gap there. You're talking about 4 wins or something, and we'd have to be losing for these guys to catch us.
Yeah, it was a big result. We know that takes us 14 points clear of Falkirk. It takes us 12 points clear of Queen's Park. So the guys have got to win a lot of games, and obviously we've got to lose games, but certainly, I know Jan will be saying we're going to win the league now again.
Yeah, it's only 8 points.
That's only 8 points. That's the problem for him anyway. But no, well, say results probably went for us today. Next week there might maybe lose a late goal and results go against you, but today results certainly went our way. But next week it might not be that, so we need to be right on top of it next week. Or if they're only one of, if I'm right, 2 teams to beat us at home this season, Dumbarton and Alloa. So we're not going to take anything for granted at all. Stevie's teams always battle to the end, so we need to be at it for the first whistle.
Well, there's one thing I can guarantee: every pint I drink tonight is going to taste fantastic.
It'll taste a bit better.
Well done, Stuart. All the very best.